Oh, hey, Therese is here too. Thanks. Good morning. We're just talking about the body language piece for trust. So to start with, we're saying to make sure you have your camera on virtually. The same thing of showing up on time and showing up for the meeting, whether it's a coffee meeting or in the conference room, the same thing virtually. You want to turn the camera on, you want to be participating. And then, set a good example, have a nice background, fix your lighting, do all of those things, particularly if you are the manager. If you are worried about your team, you need to set the example. And the better off all of this setting is, the easier it's going to be for them to trust you, because their first impression of you is going to be better. And then you need to let us see you move. Because as I said, we don't trust what we can't see. And so we need to scoot back from the camera far enough that people can get a sense of who you are and your body language can come through the screen. That can be just the number one shift that you make. And suddenly people are opening up a little bit more quickly and they are coming forward, if you will, and they're speaking and they're saying things. So you know what I realized? I need to actually hit show in the comments. So there we go. So welcome everybody. I'm just showing your good morning messages. So where was I? So the best trust signal that I can share with you today is not only, letting people see your movements, but where a lot of trust comes from, and unfortunately where a lot of people don't move, is a lot of trust comes from this upper body. And it's actually a very vulnerable place for most people, and that's why we don't tend to move it. And that can be why people don't trust us. When we are stiff and not moving, that has been translated into more of a deception signal. Honestly, because what happens when you are lying to someone is you try to restrict your movement. And that's not so great, because that's what happens. And that's where you read the books by the FBI investigators and things. And they talk about, I can tell if you're lying in, 3 minutes or something. Well, a lot of that comes to the signals that they're getting or not getting, and where their eyes are looking and a whole bunch of other things. But one of the signals for you to be aware of is that using this upper part of the body is, because it's vulnerable, shows others that they can trust you and that you trust them. So I would think about like relaxing or using the shoulders and moving that sternum piece, which also, of course, is going to connect to our spine. So our spines have to be flexible. So this, particularly virtually, if you're struggling in your virtual communication, if you feel like you're not making your sales because people aren't, that like, know, and trust for sales is huge. Or if you're a manager of a sales team, this is the video you need to go back and show them. And you need to move to, let's see, it's 7:48. So what does that mean? To 18 minutes in, you need to show them this part of it where I'm demonstrating that you need to be using this part of the body. You will do it naturally the minute you relax and trust somebody. The trick is, if I'm not showing any signals of trust and then you don't know that you can trust me, nobody's showing signals of trust because we're playing this dance. And you may need to take the high road. You may need to be the one to take a deep breath. And as soon as you breathe, you notice how that immediately makes that part of my body move. So if you do any kind of breath work or meditation work or centering, what do we always start with? We start with breath. And so even if you're just coming into the meeting and you're sitting down and you take a little breath and you're ready to go, just relaxing this part of the body will help you have access to it, and it will move for you.